Hey, what's up guys? This is Limitless Starcraft coming to you with another Starcraft 2 commentary. In today's matchup, we are playing on the map Whirlwind, which is a pretty well-known map. You guys should know this by now. And introducing our players, starting off in the bottom left, this is our Red Terran Bomber. Now in our top right corner, I know, it's a TBT. I'm going to try to upload, a few mirror matches just for, kicks and giggles. It kind of gets boring when you watch, the same TVZ, ZVP. So I like throwing a few mirror matches every once in a while because they do get interesting. Won't be too many though. Getting back to our players in the top right corner, this is our blue Terran, Keen. Now this is from the same tournament I've been casting, WCS Korea 2013. I believe this is Group H. I didn't see on the replay whether or not this was in Premiere or not. I didn't really say, but it was one of the more recently added uploads, so I know it's a pretty current matchup. For TBT, this is a pretty decent matchup on Whirlwind. Whirlwind's a huge map. The only thing with TBT is it's very drop reliant, so the distance, they're cross spawn, so that's the farther distance that you have to travel, your ground army, and for your dropships. In TBT, you're going to have to hold position. More than likely, it'll kind of like come out towards the middle here, where they're all trying to hold positions and moving slowly to each other's bases. And as far as the dropships go, they're going to have to go all the way around, without trying not to be seen, and then finally get in here and do some damage. Later on, that won't be too much of an issue just because there will be so much going on. The dropship should be able to drop onto the unit, so it's not entirely the worst thing in the world for this map. Bomber now is going CC Rax, which is a good opening, especially with the distance. Keen's not really going to be able to apply too much pressure, but he does have a Reaper coming out. The barracks should just be finishing up when the Reaper gets down there, so we'll see how well Bomber will be able to micro his SCVs. Hopefully he'll try not to lose any. Both players just scouting out right now. They both saw each other's SCVs, so Bomber looks like he's going to get the later scout in. Keen grabbing the watchtower. Looks like he might find out Bomber's location first. Got the Reaper coming out first. Gas going down for Keen and gas down for Bomber. Getting our orbital command going right now. Actually, the Reaper is going the wrong way, so this gives plenty of time for Bomber to be able to get out a few Marines, not let the Reaper harass too much. If the Reaper had gone, this cross bomb position right here, he might have got some damage done. I believe the Reaper should be able to out macro the Marines, and with only one, the Reaper would already be in here doing damage, so that was a really lucky spot for Bomber to be in. Now we have a factory going down for Bomber as well as Keen. Similar styles, just the timings are a bit different. Keen is just now getting his CC, whereas Bomber already has his up. He's getting the bunker. The Reaper over here trying to get a little damage in. Marines not able to pick that off just yet. Here's the Reaper, going to be very annoying, as most Reapers are. And let's see if it can get one kill or not. Looks like the Marines might trap it in, and there goes the Reaper. CC almost done now. Starport, let me get production up. Starport going down for Keen. It looks like an armory actually going down for Bomber first before a starport, so that's a very interesting play. I believe he just wants to get his upgrades up earlier. And now everything's just kind of settling down right now. Both players trying to macro, get their command centers going. And the key thing is Bomber has been on a tear lately, and his TVZ has been amazing. His TBT has been pretty unstoppable. Everyone's talking about Bomber. Bomber's the big player currently, and especially in this tournament. So we'll see how well Keen can apply some pressure and try to take away this victory. It is a best of one, so whoever wins this moves on. A few Hellions taking over the watchtower are going to try to sneak in, get a little damage with the Marines backing them up. They might be able to do something. There's only one bunker, but Bomber also has his own Hellions. First dropship coming out of the way for Keen, way before Bomber does, and he's actually getting a Hellbat right now. So that's very interesting because he's going to go for some very quick Hellbat drops, whereas I believe Keen is going to go for some Hellion drops. He does have 4 now. 2 more on the way with 6. So we'll see how well. I mean, Hellions and Hellbats are virtually the same thing, just one's a little more mobile than the other. Armory is down. No upgrades yet. Trying to see if there's energy in Bay. Getting a little scan right there, just seeing if he can drop and do some damage. The Hellions are gonna, distract him so we can get that 2-pronged attack in. The Hellions here are actually going in a little bit uncontested. Getting a little bit of damage done over here. Taking out actually quite more Marines than I thought, or SCVs. Here comes the drop. 2 Hellbats are not going to be enough to stop this. So Keen is going to get a little more damage done here. Already picking off 3 SCVs right there. The missile turret takes out the dropship. So they are no longer going to be able to escape. And Bomber should be able to clean that up. But there was a lot of damage there done for Keen. Bomber now coming in for his counter drop, dropping the Hellbats on the Hellions. It's kind of funny. Hellbats trying to get in. The thing with Hellbats are, so you get that one good drop or that one good attack on the SCVs, can clear out an entire SCV line. So you gotta micro very well. Bomber doing okay with this Hellbats. I don't believe he's killed many SCVs though. Units lost. Bomber has still lost more, 2250, and I believe a lot of that was actually in SCVs as well. So I mean, there's only 8 on that command center and only 7 here, so he only has 15 workers, and that's not the biggest deal because with Terran you got the mules, which more than anything make up for that difference. A little bit of coffee in me just to stay up a little longer, get these replays out to you guys. I got a little Hellbat. And drop action coming back for Bomber, going in for the second round. We got a turret right here in the natural. Should have a turret in the main. Yep. So it's going to be able to deflect any Hellbat drops directly into the line. A couple more barracks going down just to get that Marine production going. Probably throw in a few cores, and not too much switch and tech right now. Vikings are out on the field. Right here, this Hellbat drop actually could be decent. If you can get this line or these guys in the back right here, he could do some serious damage. But they are blacked in, and there is a bunker. Bomber picking those back up, realizing he's not going to get much done. Vikings doing a little harass, 2 against 1, that you are always going to win. Another little Hellbat drop. It's actually very nice micro by Bomber. I believe the Hellbats do a little more than Hellions. So, the Hellion Hellbat almost got a nice little line of SCVs right there, but it was killed off right at the right moment. And now we have another load of dropships coming out. Bomber being very aggressive. I mean, after he lost his resources, he knew he had to be aggressive. I mean, when he got to that stage where he had only 15 workers, that was a big leg up for Keen. Bomber returning the favor though. Keen losing a little more resources now. We have 12 Hellbats on the field for Bomber. That's a lot of Hellbats. Let's see if we can get the shot. I don't know why Bomber is positioning these right in the front of his natural. Maybe a little bit of a misclick right here. SCV going around scouted for anything proxy, or he might be building a proxy himself. We do have our 3rd command center going down for Bomber. So economically, I believe Bomber is going to get ahead in the long run. Doesn't look like Keen is really going for another command center. He's just worried about defending these drops, which is a good thing on Bomber's part. Dropship doesn't want to get picked off here. It would be a little bit sloppy, and it just might. Yep, there it goes. Hellbat drops on top of Hellions and SCVs. There isn't really much to contest it. Hellions just don't do the damage needed. And Keen's trying to defend this off as well as possible using the SCVs to repair the Hellions, but the Hellbats are just their area of effect is just incredible. Losing a lot of SCVs there. I don't want to say this is going to be GG soon, but it looks like it's getting there. I mean, 3 SCVs on that one. There is 25 on that one, so he still has quite a bit of SCVs if you idle. And the Hellbat, nice drop by Bomber there, just picking up 5 or 6 SCVs just right away. Now the thing is Keen needs to get out another Viking or 2 and to be able to pick off these dropships that are just laying idle in his base. Is the best way, so Bomber can't get into his micro mode like this, where he can just continuously harass. A few Vikings would definitely would stop that. And behind this, I mean, he's got his CC up and he's going for a 4th base now. Bomber's looking very much in the lead right now, like he's going to take this game, but we'll see how long he can hold off. Keen's already down by over 2,000 resources, which is a lot. Viking trying to go down, micro him away, but it ended up getting picked off. Another drop coming in here for Bomber, just to end this endless rate of... Keen now getting out mines, which actually is a good idea. The 1 mine taking out 2 of the dropships. How about getting slowed down? We have concussive shells, so those are gonna help out. I believe that maybe I might have spoke too soon. Thought that would be the end of the Hellbat drops, but I guess not. Bomber's just being relentless, and I mean, there's no reason for him not to be. I mean, it's paid off in the long run. I mean, the amount of SCVs he has killed compared to the first attack from Keen, you know, didn't really do too much. He needs to resupply his SCV count, and then he needs to get a 3rd if he's going to be able to keep up with Bomber. Spending resources. Bomber isn't shown being too ahead in economy wise. I mean, with 3 bases, not just yet, but his supply is so much further ahead. He's actually getting a 5th command center. So I think this 4th one is just for more SCV production or mules, or you know, and the orbital command. 2 more factories going down for Bomber. A lot more Hellbats. He's going very Hellbat heavy in this matchup, and there's no reason not to. He's just going to continuously drop, and he's adding more dropships. With the economy, he could just mass up about 10 dropships and just drop all his Hellbats in there. And there's not going to be anything that King can do right now. A few mines, they're placed pretty well. They're away from the SCVs, so if there are any drops, I don't believe there will be too much friendly fire there. Should be able to prevent the drops, but we do have Hellbats going around now scouting for Bomber. 3rd command center just now being finished and lifted off, so he's going to try to take his 3rd finally. As I believe both of the mains are nearly running out. Upgrades, we got vehicle weapons level 2, and when 2 finishes, I mean, I don't believe Keen has too much in the upgrades. He's just now getting ship weapons level 1. No upgrades on the Vikings yet. 1 on the infantry. SCV is moving out here. He needs to be careful though, because he doesn't have any turrets. His 3 Vikings trying to protect from the drops. Hellbat's still scouting around. SCV is being pulled. Tank coming out now. The first tank I believe I've seen in this matchup, which is highly unusual. Tanks are usually kind of like the foundation of TBT. Bomber's still ahead by almost, a little over 50 supply right now, so I honestly don't know how Keen is going to come back from this. He's recovered fairly nicely. I mean, he got the 3rd of his own, but Bomber is running on a 4th base and has a 5th command center just in case he needs to go take another base. Planetary Fortress right here. Going to be very hard for King to take out. I think his best bet would be try to take this 3rd base right here. Drop moving out with, I believe those are all Hellbats in them, yes. 8 dropships with Hellbats. We got tanks and Hellbats on the ground as well. Honestly, Keen isn't going to be able to do much. Bio against tanks and Hellbats isn't the best option. It can hold off, especially with the Marauders there. They don't take too much damage from the Hellbats. But we'll see. That is a lot of Vikings that Banshee mix in. Bomber just running his units here a little sloppy. He should have seized those tanks up. And now we have the engagement. Oh, nice little Widow Mine, but I only directly hit one of them. Hellbats aren't being too effective right now. The tanks aren't siege. Nice little drop here by Bomber. Vikings catching a lot of the dropships though. There's only 1 left. and there were 8 of them, so he picked off 7 of them there. That actually put Keen right back into the mix of things. Supply-wise, he's not ahead. That was a very sloppy engagement by Bomber. Hellbats aren't as effective, like I said, against straight mine, and with the mixed in Banshee and the amount of Vikings that Keen had, it was a very good unit composition for Keen. 2 Banshees out here, try to be a little aggressive and pesty. I don't believe they're going to get too much done, especially with the amount of turrets that Bomber's about to throw down. Vikings just circling around. We got 1 Thor coming out here, so this should stop the air aggression for the moment. Tanks finally being sieged. I guess Bomber, remember, they can do that. 2 Thors out here. A little more Hellbats still. I don't know if he's still continuing that production. No, he's getting out his Thors now and his tanks. Still actually producing Hellbats. I don't know why. But I cannot doubt the skills of a pro player. Hellbats have worked for the harassment. I mean, we certainly put Bomber in the lead. Keen is definitely, like I said, kept ahead. He's still even in supply. He's going to try to take out this 4th base. Murders do a lot of damage stemmed against this building, and this may be the fastest I've ever seen a planetary go down. Planetaries usually take a while, but I don't think Bomber pulled his SCVs in time to try to repair, which would have given him the edge, and it might not have gone down then. Vikings coming in. He could drop them. That might be bad. He was thinking the same thing I was, to try to pick off a few SCVs, but it didn't quite work out. They are very weak ground attack. I know we have a very scary mech army compared to a bio-air composition from Keen. Bomber now is ahead, nearly maxed. And with the Thors there and the amount of Vikings, I mean, the Vikings are kind of dead weight right now. Bomber doesn't have too many, I don't believe he has any dropships out right now, so he's going to be virtually useless unless he drops them down on top of the siege tanks, which would be in good engagement, but the Thors there are going to deal a lot of the heavy damage there. We have a ground army moving out. I think he's trying to go in for the flank, or he's trying to go for a counterattack zone, but I don't think it's worked out. He needs to pull back all of his units right now to try to defend his base, as he doesn't have much as far as supply compared to Bomber. And we do have an attack. Forced to lift both of his CCs off for Bomber. And Bomber getting the engagement, forced to lift that CC. CC is going to go down. Tanks moving forward, probably going to siege up here in a second. Keen is trying to take out the production facilities. We have these Vikings actually. They're not it's like the sentries with their tickling ability. Vikings aren't going to really do much against that planetary fortress right there. And I believe this is going to be it from Keen. Thor's taken out, just kind of like randomly walking around the map. There isn't much that he has to go against right now. Keen trying to take out this planetary. If he does take out this planetary, he might have a chance, as Bomber would be on virtually no bases mining right now, but this doesn't look like it's going to happen. Keen is not actually mining at all, so this is going to be it for Keen. I don't see any way he can come back from this. He's already down by way over 100 supply. Bomber just re-establishing that base. Dropships coming back out, and this is going to be the final blow for Keen right here. No bases. These guys, I don't know why he's still holding on to the game right now. Bioforce isn't going to be very successful against this heavy mech army. And we just have an army marching forward, the little Hellbats marching 2-4, hot 2-4. That is cute. And trying to get a little micro, dropping down the Marauders, but there's way too many tanks. He didn't even have that siege, so that is GG for Keen. Best of 1. Bomber moves on in the WCS. Look forward for more games from Bomber, as I do enjoy casting his Terran play. Join me next time for my next replay. Should be out soon, and thanks guys for watching.